Hello, good people of YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of D&D, that is Dada Next Door. And I'm your girl, Tracy Kajuju, here to keep you engaged, here to chat with you. I hope you're keeping well. I am good as well. And of course, I'm joined by my super co-host, Sharon over there. Say hello.
Hi, everyone. It's been a minute and a hot one for that matter, but thank you for always creating time to listen to us, to watch us. It's an amazing experience that you're having. Sharon, missing you too, double this one time. I feel like I want to say something, but I don't know what to say.
Subscribe to our channel.
Hey, yes. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure to visit all our socials. That's Kelele TV everywhere. On Twitter, use the hashtag Dada Next Door DND or DNDKE for that matter. And welcome to the show.
Karibu sana. We are so grateful that you could make the time to join us today. However, somebody was telling me this show of yours is very gender biased. They were asking me, you've never had a man, a gentleman in your show as a host, or it's basically and purely for women, but that's not the case. We understand. We consider the boy child. We love the boy child. So very soon we're going to deal with that. Tutawashughulikia msijali.
Hanging tight.
Yeah, exactly. So which begs the question: are we doing our best to empower the boy child as much as we're empowering the girl child?
Ooh.
Yeah. I saw this post from Nasra, the comedian, saying, don't read too much into what Andrew Kibe and the likes are doing, because they have their own mission, which is to empower the boy child, which is to bring back the power they lost. Apparently, they lost power to women. I don't know how that makes you as a man out there feel like you need Andrew Kibe, you need Amerix to help you reclaim back your power. Do you follow these guys? Do you listen to their content?
When I saw her post, it made sense to me to some extent, because she said when you put emotions aside and when you decide to just listen to the conversation from A to Z, not picking minute 2 to minute 3 and then leaving out the other 47 minutes of the video, and then you put in your emotions. Of course, again, we are emotional beings as women, so I did agree with what she said, because we've been empowered and we have been empowered for the longest time, but as we were gradually being empowered, we forgot about the M gender, the male gender, and I'm trying to look for the right word to say. I don't want to say create a balance, but the weighing scale, moja iko juu, nyingine iko chini, and so some of them, their approach might be rogue a little bit, but I feel like their intent is pure. Mm-hmm. Like no one is fighting or championing for the boy child or for the men. We are doing it. Sometimes, sana for Amerix, he'll make such good points and I'm like, word. And then the next time he'll say something and I'm like, breathe in, breathe out, and get off Twitter. But I see where they're coming from, and my perception of what they're doing is, I feel like they're coming in good faith. It's only that sometimes how they package the information or how they want to send this narrative might not sit well with us as women.
For me, I feel I am not going to demonize them, but I feel as a man, first of all, I don't consume that much of their content unless I just stumble upon it. But I feel like as a man, if you follow word to word of what Amerix is saying or Andrew Kibe is saying, I think you could get lost somewhere. I feel like you have to be wise enough to filter what he's saying. Sometimes he's right, I do agree, and sometimes he's very wrong. So you have to have that wisdom to gauge this information he's giving. First of all, is it true? How does it impact other people? Because for me, I feel like not everything they say is true and not everything they say is correct or right, but they have some content and some information which is actually good advice. So I feel there's need for whoever consumes their content to be a bit, wise and choose whatever you want to pick from them. Talking about women empowerment, there's a story that has been trending the past few days. There's this girl group who are YouTubers. A lot of ladies, a lot of girls in their 20s really admire these ladies because they've been in the YouTube game for very long. I think they were among the pioneers of content creators in Kenya. The group over 25, so they split up recently, and because these guys have been best friends for so long, people were just wondering what could have gone wrong, and is there like a weakness when it comes to female friendships? And people were comparing to the likes of Sauti Sol. Sauti Sol have been in the game for 17 years now. They have never had drama or beef. They are also friends. But even when we look internationally, we'll see most girl groups end up splitting or disbanding. What is happening? What's your take on that? Is it because women, we are our own enemies, like they say, or why are we not able to like hold it together for so long?
First of all, I think from an outsider, from someone who's just viewing things from an outsider perspective, is they individually they outgrew the brand over 25, because now you'll see, let me say, Jules with her independent podcast, you'll see Lonise with her independent brand, you'll see Shiki, yes, independent brand. You've seen how Ivy is also thriving. So for me as an outsider, the number one thing I'll say is they outgrew the brand over 25. Like them being individuals, the personalities they became as individuals became bigger than how initially they started. So maybe that could have been conflicting. I'm thinking it in the line of maybe getting clients and marketing. I don't know, but because if I'm to approach maybe one or a pair from the group, and they're like, of course, to some extent we'll have selfish gains. Like, okay, you're asking for our channel is around 100 and something subscribers, but maybe independently, if I combine my numbers, they overpower what the channel has. So that's number one. Number two, I think we outgrow things. And one thing I've realized about us women, it's our K is not constant fully. You'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then to some extent you're like, I need something else.
Yeah.
I have outgrown this. I need to do ABCD. Or I feel like if I stay here, I might not explore my full potential if I continue to maybe confine myself to this. So the dynamics are different. I wouldn't say, of course, a good number of times, sometimes we are our own enemies, because I'll give an example with those that body shame. Hardly will you ever see a men mob or gang up to be like, Tracy, we don't like your hair, but women will even criticize how you blink.
Yeah.
Oh, the way that lady blinks, I don't like it. The way anafanya sijui, I don't know. And we are very attention to detail. But it's so funny that we always tell, we should be champion for it. We should always champion for each other, but we are the ones who tunajivuta wenyewe chini. So that could also be a factor. I don't know what happened behind closed doors. I'm wishing them all the best.
We of course we don't want to make assumptions about what happened, and my biggest concern or worry is that a lot of times women or girl groups, we have seen that, like in the music industry, they keep backstabbing each other, splitting up. I remember, exactly, when Fifth Harmony split up, and they were like, it's because Camila is taking all the shine and whatnot, caused the group to split up. I think there's another girl group as well.
Little Mix.
Little Mix.
Yes.
They're not together.
No. There is one who left.
Yeah. So my concern is that why do women keep doing these things to each other? Why? What are we missing? Is it because we always see each other as competition? Is it jealousy? Is it...
I think sometimes I feel like I want to just bring it down to biology and psychology because we're structured in a very interesting manner. And truth be told, most of the decisions we make are always influenced by what we feel and our emotions. So if we decide our emotions explode, of course you're going to make decisions. Some are not going to be the wisest of them. But I mean...
actually, when Fifth Harmony split, the first performance they did without Camila, they brought what is it called? A mannequin on stage, and then they kicked it.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, you've never seen that video.
No.
It was so dramatic. They were 4 of them, then somewhere inside there was like a 5th person. The stage was dark, so it looked like there were 5 people on stage. Then when the lights came on, they kicked the mannequin out of the stage. Wow. And I was like, my God, was that necessary?
We are going shady. Shady
was that
is the
necessary?
theme.
I saw that video. It was trending for a couple of weeks. I was like, oh my God, no.
I've never seen that.
Hey, I think you should go and look for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, from just the group, I know we are deviating, but from the group itself, I think I enjoyed the presence story of Camila and Nomani. Yes, those 2 were my utmost favorite, and I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. At least they have excelled in their solo careers
too. I don't know about the other 3.
The rest they sing. I've seen them sing. They've not gone that big like Camila and Nomani, but at least something good came out of the group being together.
X Factor groups. Because the same thing also happened to One Direction. Anyway, we'll come back to musicians and music and whatnot. Let's continue.
It's like a really wide, what do I say? A wide topic. But now that we have decided to touch on music, today our main topic was about music. I know everyone says they love music. That's a thing. But I want us to go deeper. Like for you, Sharon, when did you recognize music? Or as a child, when did you start appreciating music? What was your background? What genres were you exposed to growing up?
So music. I think music has been has a solid chunk of my life, because I think the first time I got to understand what music is was, I think, at home. So my dad used to have this like a home theater-ish. Let me not call it home theater-ish, something close to that. And the first 2 genres that I encountered were reggae and Lingala. And I used to love dancing to Lingala. You see, you remember when visitors will come to your place and your mother is like, "Ebu oneshe kudance vile ulikuwa unatudansia," and I'll dance Lingala wholeheartedly. And the one artist that stood out for me then was Lucky Dube and UB40. I'm like, wow, they sing so nice. These such good songs. And from there, that's the genre I could, because I mean, that's what we used to listen. If we're not listening to that, we're listening to my mom's soul. They're called Souls and Great Hills. So Monique and Brandy, Celine Dion, a bit of like the soulful music. She enjoys soulful music, the Whitney Houston, all that. But I think the one that I can actually recall well is Lingala. What was his name? He's like a legend. The one who kicked someone in the airport in Kenya.
Kofi Olomide.
Yes, Kofi. And then there were a number of them, like the legendary ones, and reggae. Reggae was huge in our house. Warasta. For me, music has been like an integral part of my life.
I think I recognized music really young. My mom used to tell me that I started like bobbing my head to music even before I could speak. Every time music could come as a tiny baby. And like you, I was also exposed to reggae. My dad was a huge reggae fan, and he used to have like a whole bag of those cassettes. Yeah.
You spin them with
a biro. Those
good old days.
I think they're still somewhere in the house, but I don't know even if we can play them right now.
You just put them for like, what do you call them? Like the old things. I keep on forgetting that name. Vintage, yes.
Yeah, so my dad was a reggae fan, so that's the first thing I was exposed to in terms of music. Then my mom was more of soul and blues, so she introduced me to the likes of Dolly Parton and
country music.
Yeah, and Whitney Houston, and then Whitney Houston just stole my heart. And yeah, up to date, I still listen to Whitney.
No,
I do.
Whitney's songs are just, they slap hard.
They slap hard. Yeah, so I grew up loving music, and then at some point I just started singing. And I remember I have this memory when I was in nursery school, and they were asking somebody to lead the national anthem because the person who leads it was not in school that day. And guess what? I shot up my hand up, and everybody was like, what is this wrong with this
small
kid?
child?
I was in nursery, like I think it was nursery B. I mean, it was nursery what?
PP1 or PP2. I don't know. We used to call them. I can't remember.
We never used to call them PP1. PP1 is a CBC.
No, they used to be there. Like yeah, pre-unit 1, pre-unit 2.
Okay, I don't remember. Me, I remember nursery B, nursery C.
C. See?
Yeah, that one. So I remember shooting my hand up that I want to lead the national anthem, and then people started laughing because they thought, of course, she can't do it. And then the headmaster was like very interested, was like, yes, come. And I went there and I led the national anthem, and everybody was like, what? Wow. Yeah, so that is one of the earliest memories I have of me singing. Then I started singing in church, but I never knew that I had a talent to sing.
You guys should hear Tracy sing. She sings so nicely. Kuna watu hapa nje wanalalia talent na hata siwaangali.
Not me.
Can never be you.
Can never be me.
Uko na album.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that I had a talent until around class 7 when they were doing auditions for music fests. And I just went, and then everybody was like, oh, you can sing. And I was like, really? I can sing. And then from then on now, it became a thing.
You mentioned music festival, and I remember, I think I did, they were called something dance, singing games. When I was like in class 1, 2, 3, I did singing games. But then najezo tu nizile mboza.
They also used to put, what was that thing called? The sisal thing.
Hizo sisal niliziva high school. Wachana kwanza na sisal. There was zile you'll play with dolls on stage and have a house. And then I transitioned to I tried to sing choir, but I felt as if it was so straining. Again, like I said, I enjoy music so much and I love singing out loud, but please don't restrict me. Don't tell me you need to sing like on this tone. Why? I need to feel the music. But then, yeah, I think the musical influence between primary and high school was, for me, it was such a fun thing. And then I started mingling with my older cousins, and then they introduced me to crank. I was like, where have I been? I've been listening to reggae and lingala nakuna. There's another sound here that it's so bob. And I think that's the first encounter I had with, please don't tell me, Missy Elliott. I was like, she's spitting bars. I love this. And then a little bit of Biggie and Tupac. My cousins are like, they're in their 40s right now, so you'd know the kind of crank music and who they were listening to. So I think that's the transition I made from now Lingala and reggae to crank, and now blues. When Asha was Asha,
and Neo was Neo,
and when Neo was Neo, akivalia kofia hapa kando, hey.
And then the breakdancing moves.
And the breakdancing. I think now that's like mid 2000s now when akina Chris Brown started popping, Rihanna, and then locally now, kleptomanians.
Oh my God, we have not even reached to the Kenyan scene. Where?
Hey, kleptomanians, Blue 3,
Nameless.
There's also another group. The akina Imani group. The Amani. Tattoo was Blue 3 was the Kenyan group. Tattoo was the Ugandan group.
No, Tattoo was Kenya.
What?
I think Tattoo was Kenya.
Really?
Yeah.
Blue 3 is the one that they hail from Uganda. I don't know, but I think hey, wait, kleptomanians were driving me crazy. Hey, wajonaitaka.
That is where Nyashinsky was born.
When Nyashinsky now made a comeback, and my sister was like, "Oh, I'm like, listen, we had the young version of him, and he was fire. And then they were a group, and just allow me to deviate. When I look back to Kenyan music, I feel like if we embraced what we had in the early 2000s all the way going to around 2010, and we just embraced that and pushed that, we'll have been where Afrobeats is.
True.
With Genge. Not even Genge.
I think there's a point where Kenyan music just flopped.
Do you know Genge was bigger than Bongo?
Yeah. Did you have were you involved in that era of Tanzanian Bongo? Mr. Nice.
Not
and Ali Kiba.
Not as much, but I used to enjoy Ali Kiba's music. The person that stood out for me from Tanzania was Lady JD. I'll be like, wow, this woman sings so nicely. And wow, what was her name? Not Vanessa. It's not Vanessa. Racy. Yes, there's Racy and Lady JD, and there's the one who sang Binti Kiziwi. I used to find him fascinating. Alikuwa itwa
Matonya.
No.
Si Matonya.
Alikuwa na jina na M, but anyway, when the P-Unit Square, not P-Unit, P-Unit P Square, when the P-Unit era, I remember then our music was so big that Diamond curtain raised for P-Unit. See the man. Diamond curtain raised for P-Unit. Right now, when is it called Mama? We had an awards is it Mama? Yes, we had an awards called Mama.
Okay.
Mnet Africa Music Awards. Yes, Mnet Africa Music Awards. Tracy, top tier. Urudi upatane na Insider ama Daily Nation Sunday. Ukate ile karatasi yenye iko na lyrics ubandike kwa
We used to do songbooks. You had one. I had one.
Not the writing one, the sticking one.
Yeah,
I was so lazy.
I had a songbook that when you get the newspaper, you cut, you stick.
Yes.
You cut, you stick.
Yes, when Sana was Sana. Nakuwaga mikwa heri na mi nakutakia la heri. Okay, you know what? Let's
nostalgia.
Let me just
music
continue.
Music back then was really, really good.
Just looking back and seeing how much transition we've made in terms of music. One point you're listening to this, one point you're listening to this. You're having different musical influences locally at home, because I remember when now I started becoming a teen, of course you want to fit in. And fitting in is not you listening to Kenyan songs as much as you listening to music from outside. So the Kina rhythms, the R&Bs, the pop music, that's the first time I heard of someone called Adele. And
Adele came in really strong.
Yeah. And then and just think, because the good thing is that we are age mates, so we know how these transitions happen, because the same time we were consuming rhythm, it's the same time we were consuming soft rock, because soft rock took over almost. And I remember, I don't know if you used to do this in your home, at your home, ama mkifunga shule, you'll go and burn CDs. So there was rock 1, rock 2, rock 3, rock 4, rock 5, rock 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so the series, like every other time you're going home, that's when now we got introduced to the likes of Kina Katy Perry, Carly Rae Jepsen, Avril Lavigne, Linkin Park. Hey, we could write a book about music.
It's funny that we don't think about it so deeply, but music is really deep.
Yeah, it is.
It's really deep, I think, for almost everyone. But you will think of it as something shallow. So, what is music to you right now?
I think having transitioned from one genre to another, from listening to who and who, to now understanding not the nitty-gritty per se in terms of like the production bit of music, but just understanding what music is and how I should perceive music on a personal level. I think what music is to me right now is, I could say, an escape. Sometimes an escape from reality, because it's been a tough day, and I'll just go and whichever platform you use or to stream your music, because nowadays God is great, we don't have to download music and store them in our SD cards mpaka ijae, ama uende kwa cyber ukopiwe music. And I'm just listening, and it makes me kind of forget where I am. And for that now, I'm like, wow, I've been listening to this song for just for the beats, but now today I'm actually listening to the words. So you get.
They say when you're happy, you enjoy the beats, but when you're sad, you understand.
Yes,
the lyrics.
Yes, and you're like, hey, I didn't know this song is that deep, because you've been bopping your head like, oh, nice song, and then you listen like, hey. It's a heartbreak song. I've been dancing to a heartbreak song.
It's very funny, by the way. Or maybe a song is really sad. It's talking about depression, but the beats are really.
No, let me give you an example with like Susanna from Sauti Sol. That song is vibes, but just listen to the words. Oh, Susanna, I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. I see you flexing. This is someone who is hurt that the babes left and went to be with Sponyos, Maju. But the song is a banger. You're just there. Hey, nakubona say enjoy. But yeah, so for me, I'll just term music as a safe space for me, like somewhere where an escape. It's a window. It's burning. Music. You escape. And I don't know, maybe what. Aside from, one thing I need to put out is Tracy sings so well, like so well.
Stop.
Go subscribe to her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel. Please pressure her to put out more content about songs, because she's been doing the bare minimum. And if you don't do that, the Lord will ask you to be accountable, because you did not also hold Tracy accountable. You get what I mean? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know if we should call it soul or is it indie. The indie space in Kenya is really growing with the artists that you've mentioned, Kina Karun, Tetushani, Blinky Bill. I enjoy such type of music. But now that's what I have been consuming for the last 4-5 years. But then now there's another controversial one, and this one not so many people understand.
Don't say K-pop.
Leave alone K-pop. I came across Japanese music. It's called J-pop.
Wow.
Yeah. So initially I started with K-pop. K-pop is the general what people, the likes of BTS, Blackpink, and all that. Which is one thing I need to tell people is, just because you saw the 2-3 songs of whichever act you saw, very colorful men in different hair colors, don't shell them to that. Take time, dig, and get to see the songs they've done that are not popular. Because the moment you get into consuming K-pop, you'll consume what the fans are recommending, the known songs. But then now when you start digging deep and understanding, this is a song they did, and you're like, this is a deep song.
Underrated.
Yes, but no one is talking about them. In a nutshell, let me talk about BTS, for instance. They have units, so they have the rap unit and they have the vocal unit, so for the vocalization. And I realized the rap unit, they have such good songs and very deep songs. their leader is the leader of that specific group is called RM, and there's this one song, it's called Still is it called Still Alive? That song is so soulful, and I'm like, Jesus, this is so nice. And the same goes to the likes of the bandmates J-Hope and Sugar. But anyway, that aside, but K-pop opened a door for me to listen to people from that specific space. And when I say specific spaces, Asian songs from not only Korea but Japan, Malaysia, Philippines, Kazakhstan. There's music from Kazakhstan. I know Kenyans, ninajua hamjui watu wa Kazakhstan wanatoa music, na si ati hamjui, you assume, that have such good music, so soulful music for those of us who enjoy soulful music with a spice of jazz. I recently discovered an artist called G-Soul. And do you know the first time I tell people I listen to K-pop and they're like, sasa unasikia aje maneno wanasema? Wewe ulisikia aje Despacito? Sorry for another day. Wewe read, ulikuwa unaelewa kila kitu anasema? Ama wewe tu ni gali creeper. So I always tell people, don't use language as an excuse that you can't listen to certain types of music. Mumekuwa mukidance hapa ama piano, munajua nini wanasema ama ni firimbi tu?
Nothing. That I usually say, if I can enjoy a song in a language that I don't know, that's a good song.
Yeah. The only problem is that when now you start listening to like Asian music, because of the big fandoms, they inakani kama wave. But get your mind off the wave and just dig deep and understand the 1, 2, 3 things artists. Like I said, there's G-Soul, there's another one called BB. They have such nice songs, but they're not, in their country they're famous, but to the global audience, not as famous. And when you go to Japan, this one, if you're on TikTok, you may know or might know. He's called Fujikaze. Very soulful, nice songs that you'll walk into a nice cafe and it's played na unataka kukunywa thermos mzima ya kahawa because of how soulful the songs are. So I've been exploring a lot of Eastern side music and a lot of gospel music.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for staying all through till the end and just listening to us being absolute nerds for music. By us, I mean me, and just Tracy looking at me as if I've been reading books about music. No, I'm just a serious consumer of music. And yeah, maybe one day I'll have a podcast of myself just discussing music and just doing music reviews. I don't know, you tell me. But you know what? Thank you so much for always joining us. It's Kelele TV everywhere. And subscribe, share this video, have your notifications on, so anytime we are dropping a video, you're always in line. And also, as we are keeping in touch with whatever is happening with your local celebrities, please join us. Kama uko na udax na unaona haijatufikia, please be our dada on the outside and inform us. Thank you so much. It's double lesson time. Miss New too. Bye. See you again. Tracy, sign out. And please tell us your pages, because we need to support this YouTube channel so that she can get motivation to sing. So next time you're having this conversation, Tracy is also part of the musicians we're mentioning. Is it?
Yeah. It is. So over here, it's your girl, Tracy Kajuju. On YouTube, I go by Kajuju. I think that's my stage name as of now. Instagram, that's Kajuju Kajumbe. I'm also on TikTok, Kajuju Tracy. So I think the main name is Kajuju everywhere. And of course, we are happy that you could join us today. Please leave us a comment. We want to know what you think about these episodes. We want to know, are there topics that you would like us to discuss in the future? Also, let us know if you would like to be featured on our channel. Like, you're like, I think these girls need to bring me into the show.
We need you.
Yeah, so talk to us, let us know. We truly appreciate. Always the hashtag is Dada Next Door or DNDKE. Our pages, Kelele TV, on all socials, you will find us there. So yeah, please stalk me. Find out what I'm doing outside DND. I am doing a lot. And
this is the much I'm doing.
It's been a really amazing show. And thank you guys. Bye till next time. Watch out for the next video.
Bye, Kelele TV.